Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. As PPSC announced 60 seats for male for the post of statistics lecturer and 50 seats for female for the post of statistics lecturer, I, being a professor of statistics, arranged an online seminar, first time in Pakistan, for all the students, in which professors and doctors shared their confidence and knowledge with the students. And dear students, after the success of that test, I conducted 3 online written papers for the students for 100 marks each, and eventually PPSC announced the result of that written test on 27th November, Friday, and I congratulate to all the students who passed that written test. And now, dear students, you are to achieve your goal after the success of the interview. Today it is lecture number 2 for the preparation of statistics lecturer interview. Before starting today's lecture, I request everyone subscribe to my channel, like and share my channel, and click the bell icon for the notifications of the new videos. Inshallah, I will make more videos for the preparation of the interview. Let's start. Question number 1 is, what is statistics in one word? It is a very important question. In one word, statistics is facts and figures. Question number 2, it is a most commonly asked question in every interview of lecturer, assistant professor, associate professor, and professors. And especially if you go in the private sectors, in any college or university for the demo, that question must be asked. And the question is, you are in a class and you are a teacher of statistics and you are in front of the students. There are students in front of you, and that is the first class which you are conducting for the statistics. And how will you teach? What is the statistics? What are the benefits of the statistics? What are the uses of the statistics? What is the implementation of the statistics? You will have to tell to the students. And the answer is, Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I am Professor Hassan Humayun, your statistics teacher. Whenever you talk about data, we use statistics. Dear students, statistics is used in every field of life. In your class, if there are 50 students and we want to calculate the average weight of a student, we use statistics. If we want to measure the average height of a student of your class, we use statistics. The last one, what is your name? Bilal, you will tell me which is your favorite vegetable. Your favorite vegetable is potato. If you want to measure the effect of different independent variables, for example, if you want to know the effect of number of waters, number of plows, seed type, seed quantity, and the date of sowing and the date of harvesting on the production of your favorite vegetable, which is potato, you will have to use statistics. Dear students, if a patient is suffering from a serious disease in a hospital and you want to know what are the chances of his survival, you will have to use statistics. The last one, you will tell me what's your name. Amjad, you will tell me where do you live. You live in Samnabad. If you want to know the average salary of the head of a family in your street, you will have to use statistics. Dear students, in every house, a housewife uses statistics when she wants to taste the quantity of salt in the food. She uses statistics. Our government uses statistics if they want to know the number of accidents happened on the mall road, they use statistics. If our government wants to check that, if they have interest to know the prices of different commodities, they use statistics. Dear students, if you want to know the relationship between age and blood pressure, you use statistics. Question number 3 is define statistics in plural sense. Statistics is aggregates of data. If you have the aggregates of number of chairs used in the procession of a political party, it is statistics in the plural sense. Number of road accidents, number of students in a class, number of cars in Pakistan, number of motorbikes in Karachi. These all are the examples of a statistics in a plural sense. Question number 4. What is the difference between descriptive and inferential statistics? A very important question. Dear students, there are two main branches of statistics. Number 1 is descriptive statistics and number 2 is inferential statistics. In descriptive statistics, we describe different aspects of the data. We find out the average of the data, we find out the dispersion of the data, we find the departure from the symmetry, we find out the outliers of the data, we show data graphically. All these things are done in the descriptive statistics. Whereas in inferential statistics, we draw conclusions, we draw results about the population parameter with the help of the information contained in the sample. That is the inferential statistics. Question number 5. What is statistics in singular sense? Statistics is a branch of science in which we collect the data, we study the data, we present the data, we find out different things like average of the data, dispersion of the data, and we draw conclusions about the data. And statistics is a plural of a word statistic. Statistic is a word, is a single value calculated from the sample. Parameter is a value which is calculated from the population, whereas statistic is a value which is calculated from the sample. Question number 7, a very important one. What is a statistical population? Dear students, whenever we talk about the population, we have a mind, we think about a large number of people living in an area. But in statistics, its meaning is very vast. In statistics, population mean all the individuals or all the objects which have some common characteristic of interest. They show the statistical data, statistical population. Question number 8. What is an observation and define data? What is an observation? Any sort of information recorded numerically is an observation. For example, if we are interested to know the average lifetime of an electric bulb produced by a firm, we take a few bulbs for testing and we record the average lifetime in hours. That value is an observation, and all the observations collectively called a data. Question number 10. What is the difference between complete enumeration and sampling? Complete enumeration is also called census. When we calculate, when we study every item of the population, when we study every item of the population, we are discussing about complete enumeration. That is complete enumeration. And whenever we study some part of the population on the basis of which we conclude about the population. That is the process of selecting a sample is a sampling. Question number 11 is, what is the difference between quantitative and qualitative variable? Quantitative variable is a variable which can be measured numerically. For example, heights and weights, they can be measured numerically. These are the examples of quantitative variables. And the next one is qualitative variable. A characteristic which is non-numerical is qualitative variable. For example, beauty, wisdom. These are the examples of qualitative variables. Question number 12. What is the difference between classification and tabulation? Classification is the process of arranging data into classes according to some common characteristic of interest present in the data, whereas tabulation is the placement of data into rows and columns with suitable heads and subheads. Question number 13, a very important one. What do you know about stem and leaf plot? It is a graphical display of the data. It is used to arrange the data in an ascending order. It tells about the shape of the distribution. It is used to find the mode of the data. The second one is question number 14. What do you know about box plot? It is also a method, a graphical method to display data. It tells us about the central value of the data. It tells us about the dispersion of the data. It tells us about the outliers. It detects the outliers. It tells the departure from the symmetry. It tells us about the lower quartile and median and the third quartile. Question number 16. What are the functions of movements? Movements tell us about the center of the data. Movements tell us about the dispersion of the data. Movements tell us about the pickedness of the data. Movements tell us about the departure from the symmetry, the shape of the distribution. Question number 17. What is Shepard's correction? When we calculate mean and standard deviation of the frequency table, there is an assumption that all the items in a class are associated with the middle value of the data. It is wrong. It is not correct. It is not true. It causes errors, and these errors are compensated with the help of the Shepard's correction. Question number 18. What do you know about standard deviation, standard error, and standard deviation of the regression? Standard deviation of the regression is also called standard error of the estimate. Dear students, standard deviation is the dispersion of the values about the central value, whereas standard error is the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the sample statistic. It measures the dispersion of the sample statistic. And the third one is standard deviation of the regression. All the observed values of x and y do not fall on the regression line. Standard deviation of the regression measures the dispersion of the observed values from the regression line. If all the values are on the regression line, then the standard error of the estimate is 0. You must comment on today's video and tell me the questions of your own choice. Next time I will make the video about the questions selected by you. Assalamu alaikum.